guys, and welcome to Jack's Treasures. Today I'm going to take you on a tour through our day and what we're doing today. First things first, we're going to start with our shipping. Brian and I both do our own listings and our own shipping. So I'm going to start with the items I'm shipping today. The prices I'm going to give you are all plus the buyer paying their own shipping costs. The prices that we paid for these items, they vary. We generally pay very low costs for our items. That's how we choose to do business. We buy storage units, we do estate buyouts, we sometimes do yard sales, but as a general rule, we put very little into our cost of goods. So keep that in mind when you see the prices that we get back. So we can afford to sell things cheaper than some other resellers do. So keep that in mind. Anyway, first item we sell here is a Primus silver-plated bowl. I sold that for $18 plus the buyer paying shipping. Second item here is a bag of bias tape. I have no idea what that is other than knowing that it's for sewing. That sold for $54.19. Next item is actually two sets of four books each of French comics. French comics are something we've sold a ton of. Each set of the four sold for $40 each, plus the buyer paying shipping. The buyer is actually paying a ton of shipping on those because those are going overseas. The next item selling here is a Aris Touchstone telephony modem that sold for $21.25 plus the buyer paying shipping. The next item is a poor condition Macross graphic novel that sold for $8.49 plus the buyer paying shipping. 6 antique large spoons marked Colorado Silver. They are not actually silver. Colorado Silver is the brand. They're also marked with the letter S. Those sold for, how much did they sold for? $21.25. And my final item of the day are 3 Spode Christmas porcelain ornaments, and those sold for $14 plus shipping. I will be back with Brian's items in just a moment.
Okay, this is my eBay area right here, which is a complete and utter disaster. I call it organized chaos. My sales aren't as impressive as Tracy's sales because Tracy has been putting up more upscale things. I put up a lot of stuff that I like to list because I think it's fun, but it doesn't quite make us the big money.
I sold an $8 book and sewing tape, Brian.
Okay, well, here we go. I sold the Partridge Family Christmas card record album. That sold for $7. I think I paid less than a penny for that right there. I sold the Zitz comics right here, which comics aren't very good by
themselves. Those type of comics, yeah.
By themselves, they're not very good. But when you lot them together in lots of 2, 3, 4, and 5, you could start making a little bit more money. And of course, my buyers pay all of my shipping costs. I sold those for $8, so $4 a piece, plus the shipping cost on them. I sold a lot of 3 sleep DVDs, or CDs, I'm sorry, for $12. And I sold this lot of Circus du Soleil for $8. And then I sold this Colby digital electronic thing for $22. So, I mean, not a lot of big money. The biggest thing that I sold was right inside here. But that doesn't mean that I don't have big items up. No. If you don't remember, I have the big gigantic Buddha up for like $300. I posted some plates up for close to $5.
Yes. Anyway, we'll be back with our next project in a little bit. Next on our list of things to do today was to stop by our antique booths, which we went ahead and kind of brought in some more stuff and fluffed them up a little bit. I'm just going to take you by them and just look at them a little bit. We brought in this just kind of vintage table just because I needed more space to display stuff, get stuff up off the ground. Things generally look better when they're off the ground, which I can't always get everything off the ground, but I do my best.
Yeah.
This is our antique vintage booth, just Lots of cool vintage stuff here.
And if you ever have a booth, one thing you want to do is, even if the stuff doesn't sell, you go into the booth, just move stuff.
Move stuff around. Yep.
A new look.
Yep. This is our media, kids, sports. This is the booth that, to me, it attracts guys. It attracts kids. It attracts people who maybe don't necessarily come to antique malls as much. It brings them over to this booth.
Yeah.
Brian's still working over here, so I'm going to continue. You'll see more and more booths have Christmas stuff out because if you're watching at a later date, it is the holiday season. Santa, Christmas ornaments. Here's booth G, which is known as our hodgepodge booth. This table here, that is Mark's table that he made. I gotta actually put a tag on this. Where he's selling his handmade tables, and we put one in our booth for him. Heading over to our next booth. And our last booth here, that is the Christmas booth. All Christmas stuff here. Anyhow, we'll see you next time. Okay, I'm back. It's actually several hours later. I'm sorry for cutting that last segment short. There were some ladies talking right next to my unit or my booth, and I didn't want to put a whole lot of their conversation on there and possibly offend them or embarrass them or anything like that. So anyway, after we left there, we were planning to go to an estate sale, but it was a nasty day in Georgia. So we just actually went back to our unit. We worked over there a little while, just moving some furniture around because Brian is planning to sell a set of furniture to a lady tonight. And then we came home and I cooked some dinner, and now I'm getting ready to list for the day. My project for today is actually going to be these cookie molds, which are from the big estate purchase we made last year. I knew these molds were here somewhere. I've just been waiting to uncover them, and I finally got to the first box of them, hopefully got to several boxes of them in a row. We'll find out, but this is going to be my project tonight, is starting to dig through these boxes and get them listed. I'm not going to uncover them all for you here because that might be kind of a little bit boring, but let's see if we can dig through a few for you. These actually are bread warmers, or that's a bread warmer. That's a cookie mold. Bread warmer. Mold. Oh, that one's gross. That one will probably go straight to Goodwill. What else? Oh, these are more just... A lot of them are the brown bag. Some of them are Pampered Chef, brown bag cookie art, various molds. But anyhow, that's my plan for tonight. I hope y'all have a good evening planned. Brian's upstairs right now. I think he's doing some listing, but then he's going to meet the lady to sell some furniture, and we'll be back for tomorrow, see what we can get into. Actually, I don't know if we will or not. I've got a ladies pool event, and it's our Christmas party, and sometimes that goes on kind of long, so we actually may not have a video tomorrow, but we'll be back on Sunday. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.